Now let's see the case where money supply is very functional and the case where money supply is not that useful. Monetary policy is not that useful. Considering this to be the curve, this is y, this is I. If the interest rate, this curve is shifted by increasing the money supply, that is this, the curve will shift upwards, leftwards, rightwards like this. In case of an increase in interest rate, decrease in interest rate, increase in money supply. In case of a decrease in interest rate, in case of an increase in interest rate and decrease in money supply, it will shift like this. Now let's see how it impacts. If y, that is income, stays constant, then either in this zone an increase or decrease will not shift the output. Whereas in this zone, if the income remains constant, then an increase or decrease of the money supply will shift the output considerably. It can change from this level to this level. In this zone there will be a moderate change. Now let's see how does the fiscal policy work in the same scenario. This is the curve for money supply. Fiscal policy works by affecting the income in an economy. That is by reducing the taxes or increasing government expenditure. Now, in such a case, in this part of the supply curve, fiscal policy will be very active, as it can change from y1 to y2. Whereas in this part of the curve, fiscal policy will not be useful. However, in this part of the curve, fiscal policy will be moderately useful. So the difference over here is, at very low interest rates, monetary policy is not useful to increase the output, and that is known as liquidity trap. At extremely high interest rates, fiscal policy is not useful in making the changes to economy or output level, and that is why monetary policy is a better tool. This lays the concept and the framework for monetary policy and fiscal policy. This curve is determined by monetary policy, and this curve determined by fiscal policy. Therefore, to stimulate an economy, both monetary and fiscal policies are used, since they stimulate the economy by affecting both the curves, IS and LM. This is fiscal policy, this is monetary policy, and that is the interest rate. Thank you.